Hey guys, we are back to play with the ROG a little bit more. We have ordered up and received the Timbren Axleless rubber suspension, so we're going to be installing that and replacing the stock torsion suspension on the ROG today. So this guy is going to give us a 4-inch lift, which is the main reason I got it. I was just going to do a spacer lift on the trailer, but after talking to the owner of ROG, he's like, if you're running washboards and different rougher roads, that the Timbren will be a significantly noticeable difference. So, because I am easily talked into stuff, we ordered that guy up rather than doing a cheap, easy lift on the trailer. So we got the trailer home, we're gonna jack it up, and we'll see how this goes. So like any good, responsible installer, we're gonna look at the instructions first. The axle just came on a pallet. They sent this box separate, so none of the pieces got lost. Looks like we've got bolts, a couple aluminum backer plates, and a sign. Good luck. No, they didn't actually write good luck on there, I did. But that's basically what they're insinuating when they give you zero instructions, zero guidelines. There's not an install video that I'm aware of, so I guess that's what we'll do. So we've got the back jacked up. Unfortunately, the trailer doesn't fit in the garage, so I'm not really on the most level of spots. So I'm keeping it attached to the tow rig just to make sure it's not going to move anywhere. So we're going to get it jacked up, take the tires off, and then we'll set it down on jack stands. Okay, we've got it. Wheels and tires off, have it on jack stands. I still have the jacks under it just for safety measures. And we put the front stabilizers down just to make sure it's not trying to wobble side to side there. So I guess we need to figure out how to get off the old axles. It looks like they may have cross-threaded this first bolt on. It's pretty smashed in there. I don't know if you can see the threads are pretty flat. I'm assuming it's just wedged in there. I was just noticing on the old axle that it has this signature. Does your ROG have a signature on the axle? And who is it? The next step looks like I need to take this mounting, the old mounting plate off. Looks like we just got to weld up here, and then basically the same thing on the other side. So I'll have to take those off on both sides. that was definitely the hardest part so far. To get these brackets off, I ended up using a Sawzall on the ends, both sides, because I couldn't really get the little grinder in there. And I just used a little Dremel to cut the welds along the edge. It's got welds on the inside, but they just popped once, you know, you add some pressure to the other side. So yeah, it's actually pretty clean. I don't think I took any metal out of the frame itself, so I'm gonna get the flap disc and start cleaning it up. Okay, so we got the frame ground down pretty flat. I think we're in okay shape. So these mounting brackets, there's 2 of them, and I'm assuming they line up like this, and they're cut in half because the frame of the trailer. So I'm guessing they sit kind of like that with a gap for that frame. So I think we're just gonna have to kind of get the axle up into a rough place, and then all of a sudden these might make a little bit more sense. Assume it's gonna sit just like that or like that. So I guess we basically just have to get this up into place, and hopefully that tells us where we need to be. Apparently, we're going to have to cut out some of this fiberglass so this cups right along the frame, so we don't actually sandwich the fiberglass in between the two. So I'm trying to figure out how to figure out where to cut. So my thought was, because this plate's going to go here, and it sits pretty flat on here, that I would hold it flat against here, just behind the frame on the other side where it should sit, and then that'll let me mark the end of it, and then also with the same with the front, and then I can just get a tape measure, get the top, and that should get me pretty close. So this is where the bracket sits. The frame's right here, so I kind of lined that up, made a mark, did the same on the front one, put this kind of lined up at the front of the frame on there, made a mark. So this is going to sit up 1 3/4 inches. So we got the fiberglass piece off. There's the glue behind that glued it to the frame, so I'm hoping a chisel will just take it off. Okay, see if we can get the axle up into place.
And then where did the
So we've got both sides up, semi into place. They're sitting inside the pockets we cut out pretty good. Not entirely sure where to go from here. I guess my thought process would be to measure both sides from the tongue. Make sure that the triangulation is the same, so we know it's where it should be. It's not tilted or anything. And then from there, I don't know, I guess, I mean, I'd rather drill through here to the other side, so we'll just have to hold up the brackets and make sure it looks like they're gonna line up where they should. Bolt it on. Now everything's lined up to the front of the trailer. It is perfect. We're lined up in the center of the wheel well too, which tells me that we're on a good path. So I'm going to go ahead and drill all 3 of these holes from the outside. So this will be my template basically. And then hopefully the rear brackets line up around the frame the way they're supposed to, and we'll just bolt it on, run the brake lines, and we're done. We have to rerun the gas line too. There's a gas line that was right along the frame here, and whenever I was grinding everything out, I wanted to make sure that I removed that so I could push it away so I didn't accidentally hit it with the grinder or sawzall or anything, so I got to put that back on as well. But we will start drilling. One down, 800 to go. One down, 5 more to go. So all the bolts are in on the other side, so we just have to drill these 3, and we are home free. I'm drilling the driver's side now, and I've got the first 2, but the brake lines go through here. And so I drilled just into the frame, made sure that the line was laying down. It wasn't gonna get hit by the drill bit, and same thing with this guy. But this one actually lines up with the rubber grommet on the back side that the brake power lines come out of. So I don't know what to do with that. Because I'll either have to, I guess, drill a new hole and rerun the wires a little further down the frame. That's probably what I'll have to do. Yep. Probably the easiest way. All right, and there you have it. It's just that simple. So it gave us the additional 4 inches, hopefully the better travel over, like I said, the washboard roads and stuff like that, where we take it most of the time. As far as the install goes, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy, if that makes sense. So, like, none of it was hard, but you had to have the right tools, and I used a lot more tools than I thought I would have to. Luckily, I already owned them, so I didn't have to go purchase anything. But I think the average Joe may want to skip this upgrade, or have Encore or your local RV place do it. But we got it all done. We got it all snugged down. Everything's torqued to spec, so we're good. We really just have to get it on some back roads and see if it was all worth it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you would, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.